Welcome back to another episode of From Downtown. Today is May 1st, 2024, and right now I'm sitting in the Vintage Restaurant in, I guess, Study Bar and Grill or whatever this shit is, downtown. So we still from downtown. You might see people walking by, you might hear some chatter, but and I might be talking low like I'm fucking hiding in the closet. But we got another episode, and today is Smoke Break Wednesday. So before we hop into the sports that we have for the day, let's go ahead and recap what happened last night and some things that I feel like could be implemented moving forward for baseball is really in fucking. I feel like the playoffs are kind of set in stone already. Let's just talk about it. So the 76ers went into New York yesterday and beat the Knicks. The game honestly shouldn't have went to overtime. That's nothing that we could prepare for. But we were right on the over part with them scoring the ball more, especially with going into overtime. But I think the thing that I missed on, of course, was the Knicks win. But I didn't expect Tyrese Maxey to have the game that he did. I was thinking he would be more of a facilitator for Joel, but I'm starting to see Joel isn't really 100%, and I don't know if he's waiting for the summer, to play in the Olympics, of course. But he's just not showing me 100%. I just can't see it. I mean, I think he ended up with like 29 last night, but Tyrese Maxey ended up with 49. So those two guys there being able to score the ball at will like that and account for damn near 50% of the team's points is crazy work. So, I mean, the 76ers did everything they had to do to claw and fight more to stay alive in this series. Jalen Brunson had a great game. I think it was more of the fact that I don't know who didn't have a good game. I just late into the game they missed like crucial free throws. They missed crucial layups. They missed crucial things that could have extended the lead at least one more possession, in which you beat the 76ers now instead of fucking having to go into overtime and one turnover away from winning that as well. So I mean, the Knicks are still the better team to me, but them just winning outright in Philly, I definitely can't say that could happen. I think it'll be a close game in Philly unless they get to come back to New York and close out the series. I don't think they closed out a series in New York since like the 90s. So they're probably fighting against history as well. So I don't really know if, those history demons, those history monsters would be a factor in them moving on to the next round. Next game that I really want to talk about is the fucking Pacers and the Bucks. Yesterday, the Bucks showed me that if Bobby Portis would have never been ejected in Game 4, this series probably would be, if it's, I don't know, it probably would be a 2-2 series. Now I think it's 3-2, so it might still be a 3-2 series. But I just felt like Bobby Portis is a big piece for the Bucks to win without Dame and Giannis. No timetable on Giannis or Dame coming back, but just looking at the aspect of Achilles injuries and how those shits affect, I don't think Dame is coming back in the entire playoffs. Giannis, they lied and said it. I'm gonna say lied, but they said it was a calf muscle, a calf strain, in which I think that it was more his Achilles. And if his Achilles is actually hurt, I don't believe he will be back in the playoffs as well. So I kind of do think the Bucks are supposed to lose this series, but if they come out and play like they did last night, I feel like they could beat a lot of teams in the East, simply off of the fact of the fucking energy and just having people there like Bobby Portis, Patrick Beverley. Who else was a big piece yesterday? I'm trying to think. I can't even really think about anybody else because it was a full team effort. Like nobody really just jumped out in front of me like he would never have a game like this again. So like I think that everybody could do what they did or recreate what they did yesterday again, especially at home. So being able to be here and just seeing that like the Bucks are, I feel like they're in a prime position. They're in a prime position to be able to keep moving forward. I feel like this game could go 7. I don't think it will go 7. The only series I think could go 7 is the Mavericks and the Clippers. are the Knicks and the Sixers now, because just of the fact they're playing in Philly, and Philly isn't necessarily a easy place to win in, even though the first game or the last game they played in Philly, like Joel was mad because of the fucking like the discrepancy of fans, like who showed up and who what type of fans showed up. Like the Knicks fans bought all the tickets and showed up. So at the end of the day, that's kind of how it is. So moving forward from there, that was all the basketball we had yesterday. Baseball was very good for us just as well yesterday. I think we hit on damn near everything that we talked about. I'm trying to think as well. Did we? Baseball started early today, so I think that a lot of the games that's going to be later are games that definitely will have some ramifications for divisional, like their division standings. Right now the Royals are beating the Blue Jays 6-1. I really don't know how the Blue Jays are doing the shit that they're doing. Like I said, I think they're one of the hottest teams in baseball, one of the most talented teams in baseball. Not the hottest, they're one of the most talented teams in baseball, and I just feel like they're shitting a brick right now against the Royals. They did it yesterday as well. Next game is the Pirates at the Athletics. The Oakland Athletics are actually up right now 3-0 against the Pirates. Oakland has become a team in which I feel like it's not going to be at the bottom of the fucking MLB anymore. Oakland can hit the damn ball. Like, I was not expecting this. I think last year that was their fucking Achilles heel, and they always shot themselves in the foot because they couldn't score runs, or vice versa. Because in the last like 6 or 7 games, their bullpen has like a fucking 0 ERA. So maybe they were blowing games last year, even though they were able to hit and score. That could be that's way more logical than them just not being able to hit and score with the same damn lineup that you had yesterday, but you called up a few guys from your farm system. Honestly, it's just like I feel like the bullpen has got a lot better. The starting pitchers that the Oakland A's now have has got a lot better. I mean, Paul Blackburn. I don't know nobody else. No, but it's like the A's really have a team you can build around. I don't know if they want to keep doing it, leaving Oakland or whatnot. But I feel like that's a team you could definitely build with, like Shea Langelier, Brent Rooker, Lawrence Butler. That's some good pieces. I feel like. Other game that's happening right now live is the Braves at the Mariners. The Braves are up 5-1. After that walk-off game, the Mariners and the Braves, I don't think the Mariners win another game. The game was just very close. And in baseball, if it's a one-point game, I feel like if it's a tie game, anything can happen at any time. Like I said, one home run, one error, one missed pitch could, blow up your whole game or blow up your whole game. So I think tonight I'm trying to look forward to the game because it hasn't started yet. So I want to see what can we actually hit that we could probably feel great about, because I'm looking at it and I don't feel great about a lot of this shit, but this right here. At 5:30 the Baltimore Orioles are playing the Yankees at home. That is, Corbin Burns in Great Oriole Park is fucking amazing. Corbin Burns has been on fire when playing at home, especially with the way that fucking stadium is built. I saw a lot of people complaining about that stadium being renovated and restructured, and making left field, pushing left field back and whatnot. I think center field as well too, left center. But honestly, I think the Orioles win this game. I think the Orioles sweep the Yankees. I think the Yankees don't have a. Luis Gil is, I want to say he's electric enough to stop the Orioles lineup for about 3 to 4 innings, and then we see probably an onslaught of runs for the Orioles. Corbin Burns can lock you down for 6-7 innings, in which I see him hitting his strikeouts. I see him getting his outs. I think he has a big game tonight going up against the Yankees. His shit has been amazing this whole season. So I think he had like one off game where he was away. I don't remember what team it was, but he was away and he ended up, I think, giving up like 2-3 runs, but it still wasn't out of control. So the next game that I want to talk about is the Cubs at the Mets. The Cubs are pitching Shota Umanga tonight. The man with probably the lowest ERA in MLB baseball. I think, honestly, with us pitching Budo, I don't think we have a Jose getting outs with Jose is going to be one of our biggest keys to victory. We have to figure out ways to be able to push guys. We have to figure out a way to push guys to pitch through at least the fourth inning. If you can make it through the fourth inning, Jose, I feel like we have a chance because our bullpen is definitely not that bad. Our bullpen is probably one of the best bullpens in our division. Not going to say baseball, in our division. But I think for a fact that we keep this game close, and plus 1.5, plus 2.5 for me for the Mets is where I would like to go, solely because I know that Shota, I can't say his first name, Shota, he's just going to make sure he deals, and I don't see him giving up a run. I see us scoring late in the game, but then again, I can see us giving up runs early. And the Cubs, necessarily when they get up early, they don't score a lot, so I can see like a 2-0, 3-0 game until like the 6th, 7th inning, and we just have to make an adjustment and start hitting the ball. I could definitely see that happening. But other than that, that's all I have for the Mets game. The last baseball game that I really want to talk about is I wanted to talk about the Giants and the Red Sox, but the Red Sox has been going through a lot of injuries, and I don't understand where the injuries. I don't even understand where the injury bug came from, because Tristan Casas hurt, Garrett Whitlock hurt. like some of their bigger guys, or like their stars, are actually hurt right now. And I feel like it could shoot them in the foot tonight, especially against the Giants. But playing in their own ballpark, playing in Fenway, and understanding how to hit in Fenway, to score runs, it's a big thing. And I don't think it goes over by no stretch of the word. I don't think this is an over game at 8.5, 9.5, 10.5. I think that stays under 5, honestly. But I can see the Giants keeping it close, plus 1.5, but I'm definitely saying it's an under type of game. The next game that I really wanted to talk about is the Cleveland Guardians at the Houston Astros. Right now, the Astros are looking like one of the worst teams in baseball. Justin Verlander is on the mound tonight, though. So, are we going to see a shell of himself, Justin Verlander that he is, or can we see a Justin Verlander that gets strikeouts and outs at the same time? I don't really know. I mean, if you get. I feel like with Justin Verlander, ever since coming back and coming off injury, it's like you either get the strikeouts and he gets up runs, or you get the outs and he doesn't hit his strikeouts type shit. Like, he never had a complete game for me in a while. So I think tonight this could be a good game for the Guardians and Tristan McKenzie to come out and probably get a dub under his belt. But I definitely do think that the big guys tonight do show up. Jordan, Kyle Tucker, J Ram. Like, I feel like it's going to be a star-studded game in which I can see the ball leaving out the ballpark by, like I said, Jordan or fucking Kyle Tucker. Like, those are my two to really get a home run tonight, especially with Tristan on the mound. Sometimes Tristan loses his control on certain pitches, and he leaves them motherfuckers right down the middle. So, I mean, I haven't seen him miss wide too much. Pause. Jesus. I haven't seen him miss wide. So, it's like when he misses close, and it kind of messes him up to get demolished on the back end when things are close to the zone and you're not getting that call from the ump. But shit, I'll still swing at it, or I hit it out the park, something like that. But that's all I have tonight for MLB baseball. Like I said, a lot of the games have started already, so we can go ahead and hop straight into the NBA playoffs, which tonight starts with the Heat at the Celtics. Celtics are 14-point favorites to win this game, and honestly, I don't think that they close out tonight. It's hard for me to say that they close out. No, it's not. It's really not. I think the Celtics could definitely close out tonight. Now that I'm thinking about it, being in Boston, I think the Heat, snuck one game away in Boston when the series started, of course. But I don't think they win again in Boston. I think just going back to Boston is going to be one of those. We gonna close you out on our home court type shit. One of those games where you see that light skinned fucking Mamba assassin go crazy. So honestly, I can see this game going under like 210. But I think they have it set right now at like probably like 200 or 199. But I definitely think it stays under like 210, 215 area. I think that it's going to be a scrappy game. The Heat aren't going to want to, just give it up and lose. But I do think that the Celtics, handle business. They probably not win by 14, but they win by 10, or they win by 9, or they win by 11. In which I think that this game, stays under, and it stays relatively close because it's going to be a rough game, a scrappy game. But I do think the Celtics win handedly, and probably by, like I said, like a large margin, like 8 to 15 points. But I don't want to go with just thinking the Heat will lay down, because they would never do that. Next game tonight is the Mavericks at the Clippers. The Clippers are plus 2.5 favorites at home, which I don't really like. With Kawhi sitting out for this one, again, you will need another heater from playoff P. You need Paul George to be playoff P. You cannot do this shit no more. Like, you need him to play like he did that first half every game for the rest of probably his playoff tenure. Like, he needs to play like that for the rest of his time. He came in on a heater, dog. Like, I feel like he had like 4 threes in the first quarter, and these were contested threes. I'm talking gather 1-2, pull up in his face, like a step back, drop the ball, pull up again in his face. I'm like, these aren't open threes. Like, niggas are definitely trying to guard him and trying to stop him, and he's hitting these shots. But in the second half, you start to see where it dies off or it rolls down, and he doesn't get to the same spots he normally gets to without the help of that screening action. And that's exactly what it is, man. I think about it. In that first half, he was able to create his own from his own. Second half, he was trying to, I guess, facilitate more or try to get other people involved, because he went to two-man game, and it kind of stunted his ability to score the ball until late, when he had that one big three moving back to the corner, and he was able to just hit that big three with like 3 minutes left in the game, and they just rode it to the end. Pause. But looking for him to do that type of thing again is, I would say, would be ignorant of us, but it's playoff P. Like, if anybody could do it, I think he could do it. But we'll need a big game. I say they would need a big game out of like James Harden, a big game out of like Terrence Mann. Norman Powell fucked around and hit a couple good threes last game. For them to win this game against the Mavs, I feel like those people have to show up. Like, they played amazing. They were beating the Mavs by like 26, and the Mavs still walked their ass down by the fourth quarter and almost beat them. So I think that this is going to be a tough game. This is not a game where you can just say, since the Clippers at home is going to be a Clippers fest. No, by no stretch of the word. I think the Mavericks are going to be on the heater as well. Luka going to come out playing crazy. Lively has been like one of their biggest, quote unquote, hidden gems. Kyrie is definitely Kyrie. 0 in the first quarter, then come back in the second quarter and fucking give you 15, 20 points and finish the game with like 40. So when Luka is not producing, Kyrie is always there. So I feel like I don't have a gripe with anything that Kyrie does moving forward. Everything that Kyrie does to me is amazing. So shit, I'm just a fan of the work, and I will be watching tonight. But like I said, that's all we have today for From Downtown. A little smoke break from the Vintage. So if you ever come downtown and you want some good food or a good drink, come on down to the Vintage and enjoy yourself. But that's all we have for today. If one of my co-hosts calls in, I will drop another video for later, but we have to make sure. But from downtown, we will see you again tomorrow.